Hello guys, are you ready? Because today we're going to be looking at list comprehension in Python. Now before we begin, we're going to be using Jupyter Notebook, so if you want to know how to install it, please check out the link in my description below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and without any further ado, let's get to it! Let's go!
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, Captain!
Oh!
Alright guys, we're going to be looking at 4 use cases for list comprehension. The first one will be the simple use case. Then we're going to look at how we implement functions within list comprehension, such as sum, print, min, and max. And then we're going to look at how we implement an if statement within a list comprehension and an if-else statement in a list comprehension. So let's get to it.
Okay, so let's take a look at the first use case. So let's say we had a list with all the fishes in the sea. So that would be Spongebob, Squidward, Patrick, and Sandy. Now let's say we wanted to capitalize each of the fishes' first letter of their names. So that would be Spongebob for S with a capital S, Squidward with a capital S, Patrick with a capital P, and Sandy with a capital S. So how would we do this? First, let's take a look at implementing this with a regular for loop. So what we want to do is we want to iterate through each of the indexes within the list and then change the names of each. So let's see how we do that. So let's go for IDX, which is the index in the range of C. And then what we'd want to do is for each character's name, we would want to capitalize it. So we'll go into C, and then we'll do IDX, which is then equal to the C, once again, IDX, dot capitalize. And then that's all we'll take. Let's print this. Let's make sure it works as it should. And let's see what we get. Correct. Now all the letters are in capital letters for each name for each fish. So how would we implement this in a list comprehension? So let's see how would we do this. So first we're gonna say C is equal to, and then we're gonna put brackets to identify that we are creating a list. And then we're gonna do for each fish in C. What we're gonna do there is we're gonna capitalize each fish that we have. And that's really all it would take. So to distinguish from the original C list, we're gonna use 2 to make it easy. And let's do print and then C underscore 2. And we should then both have Spongebob, Squidward, Patrick, and Sandy. Great. Moving forward, now let's say we had we wanted to implement the sum, print, min, and max functions within a list comprehension. How do we do this? So let's say we had a dictionary with all of each fish money. So this is how it would look like. So let's say we had a dictionary, and within that dictionary, SpongeBob had 25 cents, Squidward had 50 cents, Patrick had $1, and Sandy had $5. Now we wanted to find the total of the money that all of the fishes have. How would we find this? So let's look at once again how we implement this in a regular for loop. So we're going to do a for money in wallet dot value. So we're grabbing the values of each money within each fish. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add each of those up. So total plus equals money. So once it is done, we should have the total of all the fishes. And we get $6.35, which should be correct. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 50 cents is 6.50, and 6.50 plus 25 cents is 6.75. Great. Now, how would we implement this in a list comprehension? Let's take a look. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate total again to make it 2. Then we want to find the sum, so we'll use sum here, and then we'll signify that we're creating a list, or we want to use a list. So then we'll do money for money in wallet, and once again values to grab the values of each money within each fishes. So once we have this would then do the sum of all the values, and let's see what we get. So if we print total 2, we should then also get 6.75 again. Yeah. Now we can simply do this without having to create a new variable total 2. So we could do a function within a function like this. So print, and then have the print right here. And we still get the same answer. We save space by not initializing a new variable, and we still get to print it out. Now, the same way you use sum, you could use min or max. So you could just replace min, sum with min, which is like this. And the minimum value is 25 cents, which is correct. And the maximum value should be 5. Let's take a look. Lo and behold, it is 5. Great. We're doing great so far, guys. So we're going to move on to the if. So how would we implement an if statement within a list comprehension? Let's take a look. So let's say we had, once again, we're going to copy the list of fishes in the sea. All right. So let's say we wanted to invite everyone to the beach. The only condition is that their name has to begin with an S. How would we do this? So what we're going to do is we're going to first implement a beach party list to say who's included within the beach party. All right. Then once again, of course, we're going to try this with a regular for loop. So we're going to go for fish in sea to iterate through all the fishes in the sea. And we're going to say that if fish and the index is 0, so if their first character is equal to S, then we are going to add them to the list. Alright. So we should then, in the end, have every fish that is in the sea. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Oop. Is that what? Nope. We want to print beach party. And let's see what we get. I am missing my colon. Excuse me. We get Spongebob, Squidward, and Sunny. Only person that's missing is Patrick, because Patrick's name does not begin with S. I am so sorry, Patrick. So let's see how we can implement this now in a list comprehension. What we do. So let's create beach party 2. Once again, let's do 2. And then what we'd want to do is we want to first signify, of course, that we're creating a list. So we're going to say, once again, for each fish in sea, what we're going to do is we're going to say if the fish, once again, their first character is equal to S, Then we're gonna add that fish in the sea. It's that simple. Nothing more should be needed here. I think I'm making a mistake here. Do I have my 4? Where'd my 4 go? 4 fish in sea. And then if fish, correct. And then we're gonna print our beach party 2. Also missing a Y. Party. And then 2. Let's see what we get. We also get Spongebob, Squidward, and Sandy. Great. We are doing excellent, guys. We're almost to the finish line. We're just going to add one more condition. Let's just really quickly go over what we just saw. We saw that 4 fish in sea. If we want to add a condition, the if statement goes at the end. And then we would retain, if the if statement is true, then we would add it to the list. Now, what if we wanted to signify each fish that is not part of the beach party? So let's say we wanted to say that we want to specify that Patrick not in party. So how would we go ahead and do this? So very simple. So let's first try it with our regular for loop. So we'll then have, once again, our beach party, which is then equal to nothing, saying that the list is currently empty. But we go for the fish in C. And then we iterate through the list and see if the name begins with S. And if it does, we just simply add them to the beach party. Same thing, nothing different. But what if it doesn't? So what we're going to do is we're going to say that beach party dot append, and then we're going to say fish plus, and then all we're going to do is say not invited. Okay, so this would signify that Patrick is not invited in the beach party. So let's go ahead and print this. I am so sorry, Patrick. It is not my fault. So let's see what happens. Is Patrick a part of the beach party? Nope. Patrick not invited in the beach party. So sorry, Patrick. So how would we implement this in a list comprehension? So let's go ahead and do another beach party equal to, right? I like to do my 2's like this. And let's once again signify we're creating a list. And then let's start off as we usually do with our regular for, fish in C. Now what do we want to do? When we're creating an if else, our if goes in front instead of the back like we did before. So we're going to say if fish, with the first character of the fish equals S. Then we're going to add the fish and do nothing else. We just say fish is a part of the beach party. Else, what we're going to say is else the fish plus, and then we're going to add not invited. Once again, sorry for whoever is not invited, even though we know who that is. And then we're going to print beach party underscore 2. So we should then get the same thing again, and we do get the same thing again. Unfortunately, Patrick is not invited into the beach party. So that's all it takes, guys. Let's just quickly recap what we went over. We went over how to use it in the simple use cases, how you generate a list by just simply using the brackets, and then do for the list and then the variable you want to search for, and then you do whatever function you want on it. Okay, we saw that we can use functions like sum, print, min, and max, and we can also use print as well as an inner function, an outer function in this case. And then we saw how we implemented them and the results they gave us. We also saw how you implemented a if and an else statement within a list comprehension. With all of this, guys, we should be able to implement list comprehensions in many situations. If you have any questions about this, or if you need help at all, just feel free to leave it in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the sea. Let's go.